Welcome to Atheon Analytics Tutorials. In this video we're going to be looking at how to merge data within Visokio Omniscope 2.6. So we're looking here at a fairly standard set of sales data. We have information about the product, the date, in this case just from 2010, and then we have various sales metrics about each product within each week. So we have the sales units, profit and so on. And across the bottom we have it graphically represented in a bar chart as sales by week. So the data set that we have in Omniscope at the moment is just showing us data for the year 2010. However, I have another two files of data in Excel that I'd like to be able to merge into this data set in Omniscope. So here we can see two Excel sheets. On the left hand side we have our latest sales data, so the same data as before in Omniscope but this time for 2011, the same products, the same metrics. And then over here on the right we have a lookup table. So for each product it's telling me some attributes about that product. So what pack type, what flavour, what brand and so on. So what I'd like to do now is firstly to merge in my latest set of sales data. We'll do that first, and then we're going to merge in the attributes about each product, so we've got more information, more depth of information that we can start to analyse. The merge process works in a very similar way for both of these operations. So we're going to start by appending our latest set of data to the information that we already have shown here in Omniscope. We start by going up in the top left of the screen to Data, then to Operations, and in this first instance we're going to append data, so we're adding more of the same type of data, the same column headings to the data that we already have. So we start by selecting the external data set that we want to merge in. So in this case I'm going to choose a file, but you can see from this menu there's a number of different sources of data that we could choose. And I'm going to select my Excel data 2011 sales data. But again we could merge in other Omniscope files, Excel, CSV and so on. So in this case, because my Excel file only contains one single worksheet, I'm just going to go straight to the menu at the bottom which says OK to append all of that data. And we can see now that the data has been added to our existing data. So we're now looking at 2010 and 2011 sales data. We can see that firstly from the blue bar up in the top right we now have more records than we started with. The bar chart at the bottom is obviously showing us 2011 data by week. We can see here we only have 22 weeks of data. So appending data is where we have more of the same data, the same columns of data, just more of it. We can append it in and effectively add it on to the table that we already have within Omniscope. So the second process that we're going to go through is merging or joining data. So in this case we're going to be adding new columns to our data set, and we're going to be adding various attributes about each product. So as we saw before, for each product we want to know the flavour, the pack type, the brand and so on. So extra attribute information that we don't currently yet have. The process starts in a very similar way. So we're going to Data again and Operations, but this time rather than appending data we're going to use the merge join function. In this case I'm choosing my Excel file called Product Attributes. And this time, because I'm merging or joining data, I need to tell it the logic behind the join that it's going to do. So it's quite helpful. What it's done is it's gone through here, and we can see in this section in the middle of my merge join table, it's telling me that it's found a column within both sets of data called product description. So it's asking me whether I want to merge the data based on the product descriptions matching. In this case that's a perfect match. I want for each product I want to know the attributes, so merging by the field product description is sufficient in this particular merge. If not, by using the drop down menus I can select the fields that I want to merge, both in the data that I have currently and the data which I'm about to import. Having made sure that my join criteria are satisfactory, we can then click on the OK button at the bottom, and you can see now that it's merged in all of my extra columns of data. And for each of those columns I now have filters over on the right hand side. So just as before, if I now want to filter to my data specifically for pack type bags or filters, you can see the table and the bar chart updating. And of course merging these attributes in now allows me to slice and dice the data in new ways. For example, I could add a pie chart and look at my sales value by pack type. All of these techniques are taught on the Atheon Analytics Introduction to Omniscope training course. For more information, please contact us on info@atheon.co.uk or give us a call on 08444 145 501.